Hello. Yes, we welcome you back to PSSB, Physical Sciences Survivability. And it's me, Richard, here. Okay, tonight we are looking at this question. It says that the atoms of elements usually combine in a fixed ratio to form compounds. Name the elements in each of the compounds named below. Now, when you look at this question, there are some compounds which are very easy to identify the elements. Yeah, one of them, I'm going to skip the first one. The first one is very hard to know the elements. But this one, as the name sounds, aluminium oxide. So what are the elements? The elements are, as the name sounds, aluminium. So aluminium is one of the elements. And oxide comes from oxygen. So oxygen is the second element. So you see that one is very easy. Carbon dioxide. So what are the elements? The elements are carbon and oxide or dioxide is brought about by oxygen. So the second element is oxygen. Iron oxide. What do you have here? You have iron as the element. And oxide is caused by oxygen. So the second element is oxygen. So, but there are some which are very hard to know, especially those which are called by their trivial names. For instance, water. Water is not easy because the name has no relationship with the composition. But because it's one of the most common one, we know that water, that's the chemical formula. We have been playing with it throughout our levels of education. So this one tells us the elements. What are they? It is hydrogen and what? And oxygen. Another one which is not easy is this one. It's called by its trivial name ammonia. But in actual sense, its chemical name is nitrogen hydride. Okay, if we call it by its chemical name, then we can easily tell that the elements are nitrogen and hydrogen. So we have also this one. This one is easy because from its chemical name, we can easily tell sodium chloride. So the elements are sodium. And chloride comes from chlorine. Yes, so comes this question. It says that a molecule represents the smallest fundamental unit of a chemical compound that can take part in a chemical reaction. In a molecule, atoms combine in a fixed ratio. So the question says that write the formula of each of the molecules below. The first one is CO2. What is the formula of this one? The formula is carbon dioxide. Okay, then the next one is this one. Yes, what is the name of this molecule? We've been playing with this one. It is water. The next one is this one. What's the name of this molecule? It is hydrogen. The next one is this one. What is it? Its trivial name is ammonia. Okay. Next one is this one. What is its name? It is chlorine. So those are the names of those molecules. Yeah, so comes this question. It says that not all compounds are made of molecules. In some compounds, the atoms are arranged in a regular pattern called crystal lattice. Remember, I've seen molecules like water molecules, the H2O molecules, like the chlorine molecules. What do we see in molecules? They pair, they cluster into groups, and then they are bound by other, those clusters are bound by other intermolecular forces. But not all compounds are like that. In some, the atoms are joined by permanent bonds throughout without any areas of weakness. That arrangement is called crystal lattice. And the question says that write chemical name of any compounds made of crystal lattice. When we say crystal lattice, these compounds do not have molecules. So there is interconnection between one atom to another, to another, to another, without any allowance for intermolecular forces. Okay, so what are those compounds? The first one is sodium chloride. Second one is calcium oxide. Then the next one is magnesium chloride. Then another one is aluminium oxide. There are many. We will know how you can tell as we progress, but the best way is look at these ones that are metal compounds. Most of the metal compounds, they do not exist in form of molecules. And most of the non-metal compounds, they exist in the form of molecules. Yeah. So comes this question. It says that consider the structure arrangement below. Okay, we have A, where we see these are clusters joined by intermolecular forces, then another cluster, then another cluster. Each of these cluster is a molecule. Okay, then we go to B. What do we see in B? It is joined by the same bonding pattern throughout. So the question says, identify which of the above structure represents compound with crystallats or made up of crystallats. The answer is B. Okay, molecules. The answer is A. So that is that. A is made up of molecules joined by intermolecular forces. While B, all these atoms are joined by the same bonding, so we don't have intermolecular forces. So B is crystal lattice, while A is molecular. And with that, I'd like to thank you for your time. The channel is PSSB, Physical Sciences Silver Bullet. See you next time. Don't forget to subscribe, to comment, to like, to share. Yes, we are simply the best. See you then. Bye bye.